Greetings. It's Vaygrim. It's Tuesday, and I'm weary. I've had a really good week, but I've had a really hell of a week too. Let's see. First, the highlights. I had my first real appearance in a video on Direwolf's channel. I've just shown up in the background at previous instances from Forgecraft 2 stuff, but I helped him do an install on a BC Silicon setup on Forgecraft 2. I donated it to the workshop because it was greedy. I donated it to the workshop because I needed the gear, but I didn't have the space to use it in the coop. And I didn't want this big silicon laser monstrosity thing hanging out outside. So I donated it to the workshop. I use it. Everybody else gets to use it. And he decided to record it and put it in an episode. Very cool. Very nice of him. He did not have to do that. And I, needless to say, got a significant amount of attention because of that. Positive attention. And so the weekend was a bit of a wild ride. The wife was out of town the whole weekend. She was not out of town. She was out of the house. She had some friends from out of town came in, stayed at a hotel, so they did a girls' weekend. She was gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and came back early Monday morning. So I didn't get to see basically my best friend the whole weekend. And that's kind of exhausting too. She really is my other half in that there are things that I cannot do in this day and age anymore. Capabilities I don't have because I'm aging badly. And she fits that missing segment of me just perfectly. So I definitely notice when she's not around. I feel less than. A couple of days ago, I was talking in IRC with Rorax and some other people. Fergcraft, I think, was there. And Fergcraft mentioned about some takedowns that he'd had on some videos that he'd done. On, I think, New Vegas. Because of music or something. I think everybody, I don't think you've really experienced the fun and joys of YouTube. That's sarcasm. Until you've actually had one of these takedowns from a mysterious company and you have that moment of panic of what have I done? What's going to happen? Where's the money from my hard work going to go to? And you have to deal with that. But, it turned into the text equivalent of a bit of a shouting match because of a difference of opinion. And Rorax, for that, I do apologize. But I still stand by my point. Basically, the Let's Play phenomenon on YouTube is ephemeral at best. It is ethereal in its substantialness. It does not have a lot of legal legs to stand on right now. Now, what does that mean? Basically, when you're playing a Let's Play, when you're doing a Let's Play of a video game, you are getting somebody else's hard work, somebody else's intellectual property, trademark, copyright, yada, yada, yada. You're getting all those things, and you are overlaying your own commentary and your own voice perspective or audio, video, your own face over that and putting it up on the web to make money off of it. Now, the question has always been, who owns the rights to that? Is that owned by the game company that owns the game that you're using? And to date, all of the platforms have sided on the side of the software gaming companies. And Rorax made the statement of the fact that they're not erring on the side of the software gaming companies because that's what the legal leg is. They're erring on the side of the software gaming companies because that's easier to do. That way they don't get hit by lawsuits from the legal companies. I mean, from the big software companies. And I see your point, but that's actually not true. Neither side is true. Mine nor hers. When takedown notices get issued, as long as the platform that it gets issued on relays the takedown, they are immune. As long as they relay the notice and issue the takedown or the removal of the video or the changing of rights, then according to the law in the U.S., I don't know about Europe or anywhere else, but in the U.S., according to the law, they are immune from prosecution. They are relaying the rights of the permissions holder. This is why the takedown system on YouTube is so horrible, because they are trying to stay out of the loop. As long as they obey the request of what looks like a valid, at the time, valid a takedown notice or alteration, permissions alteration or whatever notice, then as long as they act upon that immediately, they are legally out of the way. They cannot be sued. They cannot be held legally responsible. That keeps them in the neutral. If I fight that and I give a declaration saying those people don't hold permissions, as long as they act upon that within their best interest as it stands, or within the best interests of the video and the property rights, they go through, they do some research. As long as they act upon that and respond upon that within a timely manner, that would be the real question. What does timely mean? Then they are free from prosecution. They cannot be sued by either party. So that's why we have the system on YouTube that we have right now. It keeps YouTube and Google out of the loop. And that's why it's there. That's not specifically because they're siding with the big companies to keep themselves legally out of the way. They're siding with the person that's doing the takedown notice, big company or not, because obeying the actions of the DMCA and the other laws like it means they stay out of the way. It has nothing to do with who is making the request. Now, point number 2. The issue gets said that when you do a Let's Play, because I am putting my dialogue over it, or maybe my face on top of it for a face cam, it becomes a transformative work, which is a legal definition for artistic works that have been taken something that was somebody else's property and transformed it into a new thing. However, a lot of the stuff that has been turned into transformative works is either public domain or something that is eminent domain. Not eminent domain, but basically public domain or near public domain. If you're a celebrity, technically speaking, it can be stated that if you're a celebrity, your persona, your appearance, or if you're a big enough celebrity like Madonna or Michael Jackson, belongs to the public. You cannot copyright your appearance anymore, trademark it artistically. It's not a thing. Once you become well known enough, you belong to the people. Well, video games are more complicated. Video games are not like books. Books are copyrighted, specifically the words and the order the words are in is copyrighted. Things like Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is trademarked as a brand name. Trademark protects confusion in the marketplace. So I can't have Harry Potter and the Chamber Pot of Secrets because that would cause confusion between my book and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. People would get confused as to which one's the real one. So whoever holds the trademark basically can fight off the infringer, the person that is trying to siphon off of that other more important trademark. That's what trademark is. Intellectual property is a more of a vague thing. It's ideas. It is code. Technically speaking, not code. It's like ideas and concepts. Technically speaking, most video games are copyrighted. They have trademarked artistic work. They have copyright in terms of the code. That's why copying some code from another game and putting it into your own game can be a bad thing, because technically speaking, it's like copying several chapters out of a Harry Potter book and putting it into your own book. Yes, people are going to notice, and that sounds like a dumb thing, but it's the same concept. So who owns the rights if I get Alien Isolation and I put my face in the bottom corner along with my commentary over the game and my reactions to the commentary, and the fact that every time a video gamer actually plays through a video game, it becomes, unless it's a completely on-rails experience, and even those don't really exist, there is still variation and nuance. It becomes different every single time. So the argument is being made that it is a transformative work, and that was Rorax's argument. It is a transformative work. You are protected. And she said, I said, there have been legal cases involving video games and this kind of stuff. And she said, nope, it's never been proven in the U.S. in a court of law, or anywhere in the world, I think she said. And on the regards of whether a video game Let's Play is a transformative work, she is right. It has never been proven. However, there have been numerous lawsuits over Let's Plays being taken down from YouTubes and other such platforms. And because one example of this is Shadows of Mordor, there was a wide range of YouTube Let's Plays by big name channels, Angry Joe, Total Biscuit. They started having their videos taken down by Warner Brothers, the people that make the game of all people. Why did that happen? Well, specifically because Warner Brothers didn't own the rights for Gollum. They did not own the broadcast television rights for Gollum, is what it is, and the movie rights for Gollum. The image and likeness and the voice of Gollum belongs to the movie studios that Peter Jackson does. They did not have it for the video game, but they put him in the video game anyway. So when the video game went out and it started going up on YouTube, they started getting worried. And they started doing takedown notices. The only problem is they had hired an advertising firm to help get some attention for the game. And one of the things that advertising firm had done and given out keys and paid for some early access reviews and some preview copies and stuff like this. Well, once some of these copies start going out and people start putting up footage and the takedown notices start happening, a lot of big name YouTube networks got pissed because there was basically a breach of contract between that YouTube network and the advertising firm. Legalities ensued. Now, that does not include the actual, who owns the rights to the video game? That never came into question. What came into question was breach of contract, unfortunately. And to date, Rorax is right. And I do apologize for this, Rorax. To date, it has not been debated who owns a Let's Play. It's of this vague gray area. If you go out and read, let's say if you read 100 legal blogs and look up this exact kind of stuff, because there are dozens and dozens and dozens, dare I'd say thousands of legal blogs that cover this exact thing, because it's a hot topic. For every 5 that you read, 4 of them will say the same thing. Technically speaking, by the letter of the law, it is the YouTuber's property. But based upon previous precedents with similar things right now, the courts are expected to side on the big corporation, not on the YouTuber side, because it would be a large video game company against one dude. That's why it hasn't gone to court yet, because nobody's had the money to fight it. And nobody's stuck up for it long enough. That's good coffee. So that's the point where it hits a massive gray area where my point and Rorax's point gets lost. In the spirit of the law, yes, Rorax is right. But by the current state of the law and the letter of the law as it has been determined previously, I'm right. So nobody wins. It hasn't been proven as to who owns the videos. Which means that technically speaking, my statement of we are in an ephemeral state, we do not really own most of the work that we actually do, is correct. But if the letter of the law ever gets held, or the spirit of the law ever gets upheld, and it finally gets proven in that first precedent that the YouTuber owns it, then it will transition to Rorax being right. But technically speaking right now, neither one of us are truly right or truly wrong. So it's weird. And, yeah. It's Terag, asking me a question. I'll get back to him in a second. Basically, that was part of it was yesterday, I think it was the day before, and I was already wound up in high tension, and I really didn't mean to snap at Rorax. I came off as a real asshat, and sometimes I do that. Every once in a while, I know I have a point, and I know I'm right on that point. And technically speaking, I was right, but so was she. So, it's complicated. And I never mean to come off as that big of an asshat, but every once in a while, I'm thinking about so many things at once that bits of my brain stop cross-communicating. And it happens. On to other subjects. I found somebody mentioned on Monday, it was retweeted by somebody I know, I can't remember the original person, about Discord app. That's DISCORD app.com. Discord, like as in not Harmony, Discord. app.com. If you go there, it is a Skype/TeamSpeak killer. That is what they're advertising themselves as. They compare their features directly to Skype, Curse Voice, TeamSpeak, and I think Ventrilo and a couple other ones. And it's a real interesting service. I did some testing this afternoon with the Metabase, Grow, and oh gosh, Vexitos popped in for a minute. We had Sean W. Com there, and we basically did some really quick voice-based testing. And what it is a peer-to-peer through their servers, peer-to-peer, text chat like Skype, but it's also got voice chat like Skype. However, instead of just being person to person, the way that it works is you can create your own virtual private server. And you can make text channels and voice channels. Those are separate. So I can join one text channel for Minecraft, but join another voice channel for, say, Warframe. And I can see the text and talk and hear the voice at the same time. The voice is very good quality. It's very, very amazing. The codecs that they actually use, it seems to be very bandwidth friendly. You don't have to actually have your own server to run it. They do everything. You can create as many servers as you want to, as many rooms as you want to. It is free right now. I don't know how long it's going to be free, but currently their model is keep it free as long as they can. I expect at some point they'll probably have little ads in the client, kind of like how Curse Voice does it. The client is way farther along than Curse Voice is. I like it much more for voice chat than Curse is. It's a much better alternative than Skype. It's still missing some features when you compare it to TeamSpeak. Those two don't match up. But it's a pretty killer app. And they even have really amazing... Let's see if I can bring it up. Try again. Wrong part of your thumb. Thank you. They have a really cool app. Can I? That's just going to be washed out horribly. Oh, okay. Who cares? Anyway, the white balance is going to host that up. I don't have auto white balance on anymore because it goes crazy. The mobile app for iOS and Android is very, very good. It's supposed to exist for Windows Phone, I think. I'm not sure. They've got a lot of cool features like overlay for in-game stuff. A lot of things that would basically turn it into this perfect kind of a central thing where you could use it as TeamSpeak and or Skype and or Overwolf and so many other things. And it looks amazing. It's only been out for like a month, and they're already light years ahead of what Curse has. And no disrespect meant to Curse. Curse is a really good product, but the product itself, the voice chat side of things, hasn't really evolved, at least not in a while. They have devoted so much of their efforts to the website, the back end, and their launcher that the Curse voice client thing, it hasn't really changed much. And it lacks a lot. So I might start messing around with Discord. Anyway, I've been really impressed with that. I have been screwing around with this. I posted a video for you guys over the weekend about my trials and tribulations with the Pizza Hut guy. That pizza never showed up. That guy just disappeared. I'm very ticked at Pizza Hut right now. I shouldn't be because I don't order from them that much, but it's still the factor of if you can't even call the store anymore. The manager ended up getting my message that I sent to them, and they called me 4 hours after the fact. I told them what was going on, and they were shocked. And it seemed like it was genuine shock, not artificial shock. But they gave me the direct line to the store and the assistant manager and manager's names so I can call them directly for crap if anything like this ever happens again. So that's nice. But Pizza Hut corporate trying to take the stores out of the loop from the trying to take the customer out of the loop from being able to talk to the store. That seems like a really dumb thing. Anyway, what's been going on in channel news? We're going on 20 minutes. I need to hurry up. I'm still having a blast in Alien Isolation. I'm going to start another recording session on that probably tomorrow night. And I have still I've been making some real big progression, some real good strides in storyline progression and advancement in Dishonored. Dishonored's really fun. I'm getting some cool powers in that game. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm horrible at the stealth side of it, but it's fun to try. It's getting to where now the weird black magic-y voodoo stuff is more interesting for me to actually screw with. Yeah. Let's see. The things on Forgecraft have been progressing very, very well. I can definitely see a massive improvement over my strides in resource gathering last season to this season. This season, I actually have we turned on um, fuel being needed. The only chunk loaders we have are Railcraft. Personal chunk loaders, which only work when you're online, are free. So when you go offline, your base unloads after about 10 minutes. But Railcraft has the world anchor, the standard world anchor, not the personal anchor, which is a standard chunk loader, but we turned on fuel. One ender pearl, 1 hour. And you cannot do pipe external interaction with it. So you can't just have a barrel piping ender pearls into it. That's not a thing. Yeah. Weird. Thought there was something in my coffee. So I have gotten to the point now to where I have a world anchor and I'll step on, like I stepped on a couple times over the weekend, just to reload another stack of only 16, only hold 16, another stack of ender pearls into the world anchor so I could let some bee stuff brew over the weekend. And let my mana stuff build up with words, Britannia, over the weekend. I'm getting in the position now where I think I'm going to do the portal to, what is it, Alfheim? Next, the world of the elves. But the portal is weak, so weak that you can only do items. So what I think I'm going to have to do, there's an old trick that Direwolf 20 did, and somebody pointed it out to me in chat. I can't remember who it was. Sean to become Matabase, somebody said that you make the portal to Alfheim. It's like another portal. But you just put a sticky piston on one of the lower blocks. You pull a lever, and it disconnects, that breaks the shape of the portal, which means it stops draining mana from the two mana pools you have to keep full to keep the portal open. So you fill up the mana pools, make the portal, right-click to activate it, then you throw your book through for Britannia. They throw back, literally, a upgraded version that's filled in a lot of the knowledge. Then you just pull that lever and break the portal so you don't keep burning mana. Then you can flip through the book, see what you want to toss back through the next time, get everything ready, turn it on, toss it through, turn it off again. It's nice and simple. Direwolf did it. It'll work for me. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do that next weekish. I got other stuff on the slate for Thursday. Maybe I'll do it on the weekend or something. I don't know. Who knows? I'll catch it on video. It'll go up on the channel. Real quick, before I go, I have certain friends that are going through problems, strife, trials, and tribulation. You know who you are. First of all, I want to tell you to be strong about things. Things can look dismal, and sometimes they really are dismal. But the best thing that you can do for the sake of your own sanity is to stay strong and stay as positive as you can muster. That being said, I use multi-MC for a reason. There's a reason I use the multi-MC launcher. Even if you use the AT launcher or the FTB launcher or Technic and you make your own packs, the cursed launcher is not a good thing. Why am I saying this? Specifically because the cursed launcher relies upon the vanilla launcher. And a lot of people don't even know where the vanilla launcher is stored on their hard drive. I can tell multi-MC exactly where I want everything to be kept, and it never goes out of that range. All it takes is one update from the vanilla launcher, and everything on the cursed launcher gets thrown into a corkscrew spiral. And that is why I like using multi-MC. Multi-MC, you go over to a launcher, you download an update, and just copy the directories over. It's not that hard. It takes you a few extra minutes, yes, but the fact is, I know where everything is. It's easy to make backups. It's easy for me to work with, and I never have to worry about the multiple points of failure that Curse has. And again, I do not mean direct disrespect to the Curse people, but I do not see Curse as being stable enough to use for a production platform. If you consider YouTube a job, even if it's part-time, if you are serious about it, then don't use the Curse launcher. It's just not stable enough. It's not solid enough. There are too many points of failure in comparison to one of the other ones. Use something else. Use the FTB launcher. It doesn't even have to be multi-MC. If you don't like multi-MC, that's fine. Use the FTB launcher. At least they have their own launcher mechanics and their own launcher system there's fewer points of failure on there. And it still stays all within the same directory. It's still easier to deal with, easier to back up, and easier to track. Just don't use curse. Please. I beg of you. My curse friends, I have a lot of friends that work at curse. They're going to hate me for this. But you know what I'm talking about. You know I'm right. It's not there yet. It will be there one day, but it's not there yet. I will not use the curse launcher for production stuff. If I have to record a series, that goes over to Multi-MC. That's it. I'm going to wrap this up. I'll catch you guys later. Hope you have a good week. It's Tuesday now. It still feels like Monday to me. It's Tuesday. I hope you have a good week. Things are looking bright for me. I'm happy. I just kind of wanted to get the whole legal nonsense mumbo-jumbo thing out there and offer up some apologies to some people I probably came off as an asshat to. Sorry. It does happen. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.